Welcome into the Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY Buffalo, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982, brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. My name is Dan Dale, also known as Double D, and I'm joined by two people today, one old, one new, one late, like always. But the first one, Chris Jacobello. How are you, buddy?
We're doing all right, Dan. How are you doing today?
You doing all right?
Yeah, it's a wet one out there. It's rainy. So,
Dude, I felt like I was going to melt. And we have a new person here today. Tell the people about yourself, Justin.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Justin. I am a senior here at Buffalo State College. Joining the radio station here for the first time to just talk some sports with you guys. I am a huge Jacksonville Jaguars fan for anybody who may be curious. And we're going to go on and talk some sports here.
Now, Chris, I am so ready for when Frank comes in, because Frank is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. So this is going to be
So we're going to have a battle
an
of
interesting
Miami.
one.
The battle of the Florida teams.
Of the Floridians.
The mid-Florida teams, if we're being honest.
Hey, look, we don't need a representative from the Dolphins. There probably aren't that many up here anyway.
Get those fins out of here.
But before we get into Thursday Night Football and all other things that happened last night, there was something that happened yesterday morning that we all must pay our respects to. There are no more Oakland sports teams.
Oh yeah,
my goodness,
I forgot
that's
about
right.
the A's. Oh, and Frank's not here to talk about it.
Oh, no.
Frank's he's always missing out on the best things that he wants to talk about. Frank, if you're
You
listening
think I
right
do
now,
that for a reason?
if you're listening right now, Frank, be ashamed.
Be ashamed. It's a sad day. Sad day in sports.
Raise a salute to Oakland.
Yeah, now there's like, what,
No sports team.
a third? Wait, how many Vegas teams are there now? We
Vegas
have
teams,
the
there
Knights,
are two.
Raiders,
Or three if you want to count
the Knights, the Raiders.
because it's the Raiders,
the Knights,
the Knights,
Golden Knights, yeah.
then it will be, I forgot about the Knights.
Yeah,
Um,
and then now it's going to be
The Oakland
baseball.
A's or
Yeah.
Las Vegas
I chose
A's.
Wix for
Oh my God,
business.
the ads! YouTube! I was trying to do something nice, YouTube. Jeez.
So, yeah, that's going
but,
to be
yeah.
interesting.
And then the Aces, the WNBA
The WNBA.
team.
Oh, so then there's four.
Right, there's four.
There's four. Okay.
But Oakland is officially out of luck, out of teams, out of history.
What a shame.
What a shame.
You
it
hate to
is.
see it, honestly.
The market's just too small. The market is too small over there in Oakland.
No, I think Oakland just got unlucky with the owner, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Oakland's owner is one of the worst owners out there. Never put a cent into the stadium. Like, I remember when there was no fans during this year, and there were reports by the play-by-play guys for other teams, and they couldn't even use their box because it was infested with possums.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
There were possums around the stadium. There
terrible.
were. It wasn't clean. It wasn't, kept up to standards. Security was actually still pretty prevalent for like a stadium that would only get like 300 fans a game, if even.
If even.
I guess they just couldn't. They didn't want to maintain it. I guess I don't know.
Well, it was also because the owner. There's a reason Moneyball was made.
yeah.
To show how cheap Oakland is. I mean, it is a inspirational story nonetheless of, how analytics became such a big part of sports and how they could do it with so little money and get these guys who were old or hurt and rejuvenate part of their career. But in the back of your head, you're like, wow, the owners are pretty cheap there. Like, they did not want to spend money. They don't want to re-sign star players. They don't want to do anything with star players. Whenever, it's so funny. They either, when it comes time to restructure their contract or talk about re-signing, they either A, trade them away so they don't have to deal with that problem.
Indeed.
Or B, they let them go somewhere else that pays them top dollar. Like Toronto with Marcus Semien, Now he's with the Texans, won his first World Series this year. You had, oh my God, there's so many guys. There's Matt Olson, who plays for the Braves now, got a big contract after Freddie Freeman left. Then you have, Coco Christ. You have Ricky Henderson, Jason Giambi, all guys who are big names, mostly big names, and have done amazing things in their career. And they straight up, Oakland doesn't want to give them a new contract, and they leave. The fans deserve the right to be mad.
Yeah.
It's a sad day.
Absolutely.
Well, yesterday was a sad day. Today we don't
it's
care.
probably still a sad day over there.
Probably.
You wake up and it's like, wow, we still have no sports here.
Just think they lost.
I don't know. What if you woke up one day, Dan, and
The Bills were gone?
the Bills were just gone?
Well, that almost happened.
Well,
That almost happened.
almost. It didn't.
There was talk. There was talk if they didn't come to terms on a stadium deal, they would have moved to Dallas. Or not Dallas, but
Why would
Austin.
you want
Austin.
another Texas
Another
team?
Texas team? That would have been ridiculous.
Hey, there's enough people in Texas to have like 4 teams,
No,
probably.
you're
Yeah,
You
that
are
market
absolutely
is
Huge.
huge.
Everything's
huge.
bigger in Texas.
Yeah. But in the last 4 years, the Oakland has lost its 3 major sports teams. Golden State Warriors came from Oakland, left in 2019.
Yep.
Then it was of course, Las Vegas Raiders, who left in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have another one added to the list with the Oakland A's. A lot of event spaces with not a lot of events going on in them. It's even funny that with the Las Vegas A's, I guess we can officially call them that now, with them moving, they don't have a stadium.
No, they don't.
Until 2025 or 2026, I believe, when their new stadium in Vegas gets built, they are going to be in their AAA stadium, or they're going to go to San Francisco in Oracle Park and play games there.
Now that is an interesting business decision. If your stadium's not going to be ready until 2026,
Right. Why would you not make a deal with Oakland to say, hey, even though eventually we will probably leave,
Yeah, let us stay here for
at least.
but
at
it
least
must
keep your
have been
stadium.
so much bad blood that neither side wanted it.
It had to have been.
It must have been, because what city is going to say no to a professional sports team? You almost look idiotic to say no to a professional sports team, whether they make you money or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's always some money in it. Like,
Right.
There's always someone wanting to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
Exactly. It gets you publicity for when people want to go
Yeah.
to your city, because that's how a lot of economies are like run with the teams, because like bars by Bill Stadium, I don't think they're as successful without the Bills there. They're in the middle of nowhere in Orchard Park. In all honesty, if the stadium isn't like right across the street, I don't think they have as good as a business as they do.
No.
And they make probably most of their money on Sunday from people just wanting to get drunk and not wanting to pay for tickets.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But the MLB world moves on. It was unanimous, too. So, like, every owner just said, yeah, it would be a better move.
Oh, wow. Unanimous.
Yeah, it was unanimous. So, it also doesn't help that the MLB is revenue sharing. So, it's like they put all the revenue from every team into a pool. Of course, a metaphorical pool. I would like to see a pool full of money.
Wouldn't we all?
That would be pretty cool. But they then divide the pool, and everybody gets a fair amount of like, hey, this is probably all this money together. Here's the average, and this is how much you get from that slice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense for every owner to say, move to Las Vegas? Heck yeah.
Yeah, no.
You're not thinking
that
about
market
the
is
fans.
huge.
That's
That's
a
it.
lot more money. It's
Yeah.
a lot more money in the bet pool.
No, and just think they're the last. I think they're the last or second to last major sport to move there.
Yeah.
I mean, if the NBA, instead of moving to Golden State in San Francisco and moved to Las Vegas instead, they would have been the last. I don't think they have a basketball team in Vegas, right?
No, they do not.
No, yeah.
So, they're really the last ones, but, I mean, they had the option. They could have been the first team to be like, oh, we're going to revolutionize Las Vegas. I mean, they didn't feel like they needed to do that. So, the NFL did.
The NFL did.
The NFL did.
The NFL did.
And dang, did they profit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when you're sharing a stadium in Oakland with a baseball team, moving to Las Vegas, it's gonna bring in a lot more fans and a lot more money. A lot more money.
No, I 100% agree. And, most people forget that it's a business at the end of the day, and they're going to do what's best for business.
That's the sad part.
That is the sad part. I mean, it definitely doesn't help Gary Bettman.
No.
I mean, no matter if it was his decision or not, he is the face of the owners. He isn't an owner, but he's just the face that tells you what's happening. So people are not going to like him for this move, or people will probably like him, and Oakland's going to rue the day. If they ever get a team back, there could always be some person who would be interested in reopening. I mean, we see this multiple times with the Cleveland Browns, if we want to use an example.
Oh, yeah.
People go back to areas they think they can make profitable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how many times you have to say Cleveland is profitable because they are. There's a reason why there's a Hall of Fame nearby. There's a reason why there's 2 teams in Ohio.
Yep.
They just make money, and they make huge amount of money. I mean, at least the NHL was smart and say, hey, Columbus is a market we could invest in.
Yeah, no. And a good investment it was for the NHL.
So, now, away from the depressing part, and probably Frank will walk in about 2 minutes and be like, what did I miss?
You're like, wow, you guys really talk about baseball without me?
Yeah. No, I do. Sometimes there's a reason I talk baseball without him. Just maybe, It's not like we're starting at 2:05.
I know. Maybe if he was on time for once.
Maybe his Uber drove a little bit faster.
Tip that Uber, Frank.
What, is the rain slowing him down? He's like he's never seen rain before.
Come on now.
But the next thing I wanted to get to is jumping over to the NFL world, and what has really made its strides in the past couple of days is this clip by former sideline reporter and now Amazon Prime host Carissa Thompson.
I know what you're talking about.
This is what she said on I hate Buff State Wi-Fi. I had it all ready to go. Way to steal my thunder, Buff State. Way to steal it. But this is from Clarissa Thompson, former sideline reporter, now host of the Thursday night panel, who does, of course, the halftime pregame.
Wait, so is she not a sideline reporter
No,
anymore?
she's not anymore.
I thought she still did that.
She is now a full-time broadcasting analyst.
Right. And this is what she said on the podcast that at first gained ground on.
And I've said this before, so I haven't been fired for saying it, but I'll say it again. I would make up the report sometimes because, A, the coach wouldn't come out at halftime, or it was too late, and I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report, so I was like, I'm just going to make this up. Because, first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to be better on third down. We need to stop turning the ball
Pressure
over.
the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. and do a better job of getting off the field. Like, they're not going to correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
It would be very funny if you were like, yeah, so I just spoke with Arthur Smith at halftime, and he said Bijan Robinson blew smoke in his face, and that's why he's not getting the ball.
I mean,
that
pretty
blows
funny
my
ending.
mind.
But
Yeah, no, it actually just clicked to me that, like, that is always kind of like the go-to statement. Like, yeah, like, blah, 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 we need to have better defense, blah, 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 blah. Our
Right.
quarterback needs to get out of his own head.
Yeah,
blah,
looking
blah,
back
blah.
at it, it's just like I feel like that's all she really said in all her reports. Now that I really think about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's actually not the first time that she actually said that statement before. This is just the first time it's found ground to stand on. She said it on Aaron Andrews' podcast, and Aaron Andrews agreed with her. And as we all know, Aaron Andrews is still a sideline reporter.
Yeah.
So
it makes you wonder.
It really does. I mean, I would love to, if I ever find the time, to find every single one of her sideline reports and see how many times she doesn't accredit a coach or a player for saying something. Because most of the time, there's pretty much Sean McDermott said, or a coach said, or a player said this, or, whoever it may be. They usually always accredit somebody for saying something. So is it really true, or is she just putting words in our mouth? And she's not even saying the words she used were taken out of context, or she didn't use the right words. They weren't taken out of context. It's that she didn't explain it well enough. And that, she still stands by her point. I'm like, isn't it kind of your job to, go and run down the coach?
Yeah.
And, I can understand if the coach is, visibly gone and, there's fans, rushing in after a game, because that's happened in college football. I can understand that.
Yep.
And you can't talk to them until, they get up there for their pregame or their postgame. But, halftime, you should be able to run them down.
You should
No,
know,
absolutely.
and you should be ready. That's your job.
Or run down a certain player, or if you want to run down, let's say you can't get the head coach. Why don't, if you're really focusing on the game that much and being like, oh, they need to get better on third downs and stuff, why don't you aim for the OC or DC who's on the field? I mean, sometimes they're up in the booth and you can't really run all the way up to the booth from the field, but you can't run down an assistant and be like, hey, can you give me your thing?
Yeah.
Because they're
seeing
about equal.
Saying the same thing. They're probably thinking the same thing. I mean, they communicate during the first and second quarter before half.
I mean, they probably can't comment on the defense if they're the offense guy, but they can all,
But give me some defensive views and then report that.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Or what are you seeing from the defense that's tripping you up? Maybe what you need to do to adjust to this defense, because that they'll give you answers to.
Yeah, no.
That's
Yeah,
not a
100%.
hard thing to give answers to.
Not only that, but there's 6 captains on the field for both sides of the ball. Like you can run down a captain of your offense or a captain of your defense because they're all hearing the same thing from the head coach, the OC, and the DC, depending on offense or defense. So there are multiple people you can talk to, and if you're not talking to anybody, there's an extent of your job that you're just not doing.
Look, you can't tell me that Reed Ferguson wouldn't like to be on air for a couple of minutes, the log snapper who does nothing but snap the ball and make big hits. I mean, the dude did make a massive hit.
No, he leveled that guy.
mean,
I think it was the rookie Marvin Mims Jr. On a punt return. He leveled him. Oh, my God.
No, I'm just shocked that you can't find somebody, just somebody that has a credible, name. Like an Allen or a Diggs or somebody on the offense, even if it's you could just go over to the sideline for 2 minutes, talk to Von Miller when he's not on the field.
which is a lot of the time, if we're being honest. But
that is true. A lot of rotation and a lot of, but
every other
It
third
is
down.
what it is.
Every other third down, he gets on the field.
But, I mean, you have that chance, at least when they're not driving, and I get it. Yeah, you don't want to bother them, and maybe that's a problem. But if you're really just that worried, or you have that, oh, this coach doesn't like to talk after halftime, let's do somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just go up and say, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're looking at plays and seeing what you can do better. Can you just give me a quick thing on what you think you need to do better? Because it's that's not that hard.
No,
They'll tell you.
no.
They'll tell you straight up, oh, I just need to hold on to the ball more, or, I need to start looking for different routes and getting more people involved. it takes 2 seconds to ask for a sentence that you quote.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's hard to do it every time, and I understand that it could be like the coach doesn't want to talk to you after a huge blowout, in the first half, and they just want to go to the locker room. But I think most coaches now are pretty good at being like, okay, yeah, I'll go talk to you. Or they have somebody who's like designated to like grabbing the coach and saying, hey, you got to go do this real quick. And then go into the locker room. Because I've seen that where like a PA guy or like whoever it is on that field, and they'll just like go into McDermott's ear and be like, hey, I got to take you for this. And they'll lead him that way to where they are. How much are you really running them down?
Yeah.
Then if we're having those type of people now.
Yeah, that really blew my mind, because it's just like, A, that's your job, and B, it's just like, like you see the time, like how much time you have to get to the coach, like what they're going to do, because obviously if you've been in this field for a long time, you kind of know like the sequence of what's going to happen, once halftime starts. So it's just like, what, even if it's like you said, not the coach, if it's just the players, OC, defensive coordinator, whatever, just get a report or something.
Yeah. Some sort of insight on the game would be better than making something up.
And then like now that you straight up, it's over, Twitter everywhere saying that you straight up lied about some of the reports. People are
Trust me,
like,
I love the memes.
Yeah, it's just it's like, what do I even believe anymore?
Right, yeah, that's the other problem. What if you make something up and it's completely untrue to what the team believes?
So now you're just making up a whole false narrative.
So what, you're going to tell me that, I love the memes from last night, and I'll use in reference. Carissa Thompson talks to Zach Taylor, and Zach Taylor says Joe Burrow should be back at halftime with his wrist injury.
Oh, my gosh.
No, that was...
Like, look, are you really telling me that you're just going to make stuff up? And then you're going to say something that could be completely wrong, completely false, and that team has to like come and find you and say, no. You didn't talk to nobody.
So you're telling
Why are you saying what you're saying?
You're telling
that's
me it's
wrong.
That easy, though.
And then what if the player, what if it's an injury report and they're questionable return and you say they're out, or it's like doubtful now, and then they come back? Don't you look stupid? You lose all your accountability.
You have to look stupid, but at the end of the day, it's going to get swept under the rug whether or not they're in or out. Like that's another aspect of it. Like if a player is deemed like doubtful and they come back in, like that's just. I mean, it might work. It might work wonders on the fans. It might get them even more rowdy. Like, oh my gosh, this guy was not supposed to come back out on the field, and now he's back. But there is that point of lying to the fans as well, because a doubtful injury and then the guy's in the back of an ambulance going to a hospital. Like,
yeah, there's two different things there.
Yeah.
Trust me, I will be shocked if she still has her job after the season.
Yeah, that's just kind of like
because in my mind, and
Absolutely.
I think this is in a lot of other people's mind too, she just lost all accountability.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like all respectability, all like, you're working in sports, you got to have a respectable name for yourself. You got to have, a good centerpiece where people can trust you. And if you're telling me you're just making them up, do I really know if you're trustworthy anymore?
Do I still listen to her?
Like, should I really watch their halftime and pregame and postgame show? Because am I just going to be fed fake news during the entire thing?
Absolutely, because she is the big dog on that broadcast booth for Amazon Prime. She is like the big talker, and if she's sitting there spitting lies to everybody, then no one's going to watch that post game.
The fact that she exposed herself to
that she decided to do
that's
that is
ridiculous.
stupid too. That's another level of just...
The fact that you're that confident in your job to bite down on that bullet is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and for her to be like, "Oh, I haven't gotten in trouble or won't get in trouble," something to that
I
effect.
haven't been fired yet.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, you might now."
So
at
do
this
you want to
point.
get fired? If you know this is a fireable thing, why are you saying it?
Yeah,
like any podcast host is going to run with that and be like, "Oh, please tell me more."
Yeah,
please.
Now it's going to be a whole story. I feel like. In some podcasts.
Oh, probably. It's going to be a story to watch for the rest of the season. I mean, at least at the end of it. It's going to be like a little extra like, ooh, look at this. This may
Yeah.
happen.
Another story that could possibly be around for a while, or at least the next couple weeks, Joe Burrow last night going down with a big hand injury. That was very impactful in the Bengals' big-time loss yesterday to the Baltimore Ravens divisional game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was huge in the sense that they now go 5-5. They lose on Thursday night. Please, Bills, capitalize.
Yeah, I was gonna
Please,
say
for
they
the
got
love
the
of
same
God,
record
please.
now.
They got the same
Please,
record.
this is like the one time.
And if we're being incredibly honest here, if I'm Zach Taylor and if Joe Burrow's out for more than 2-3 weeks, I'm sitting him the rest of the season. He's not playing a snap for the rest of the season. He's going to come back fully healthy, and I'm going to secure myself a top 10 pick in the draft because this is a loaded draft class this year. And if the Bengals, if Burrow's out, they are not going to compete. They are not going to compete. Jake Browning is not that guy. He will not bring you any more than 2 more wins. So there's no point in playing Joe if he has to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. There's just no point.
I mean, the only possibility that they could have a better shot at win games, and I think a certain quarterback started seeing these headlines and went, "Oh, hey, I can do that." Mr. Ryan Tannehill.
Mr. Ryan Tannehill.
Mr. Ryan
indeed.
Tannehill. I mean, there was reports that he did ask for his release from the team, and I think he saw major headlines or people saying like, "Hey, he could get a good deal. He could get a good chance here with these injuries." I mean, you have New York, at least the Jets, or not the Jets, the Giants.
The
Jets
Giants
are going to
or
ride
the
or die
Jets.
on
Yeah,
Zach Wilson. But you have the Giants. You have now the Browns. You have now the Bengals. If Lamar is hurt for a considerable amount of time, that Baltimore could become an area of interest. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks now throwing their name into the ring. RG3 threw his name into the ring to be the Cleveland starting QB.
Well, I think I
And-
saw reports too that Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's on his way
Flacco.
there.
I know. Like,
What world are we
It's-
living in that Joe Flacco is still in the NFL and considered a competent quarterback to lead my team somewhere?
Yeah, and he hasn't played it down in like how long?
I think his last snap in the NFL was in 2019 for the Jets.
Yeah,
I think
I
it was his
would.
last
I don't know if I'd
competitive
want to have a
snap.
person who took their last snap in pre-COVID era to take my team.
That is a fun fact.
like,
Right. No, I don't want that either. Trust me, if I'm having Joe Flacco as my quarterback, I'm hiding in a hole
And-
for the
and you
rest of
know-
the season.
And the crazy thing is, I think a lot of this is sparking from that Carson Wentz deal that the Rams handed Carson Wentz, because at the end of the day, Stafford is coming back this weekend. He is healthy and he's scheduled to play in Week 11. So Carson Wentz got that deal, and he's still going to sit on the bench. But they know Matt Stafford's not that durable, and they see Carson Wentz get a deal, and Ryan Tannehill's like, I'm on the bench behind a guy who's playing his first snaps in the NFL, and he's looking good in
Right.
Will Levis.
I'm probably not going to get a shot.
I'm
again.
probably not going to get any more shots here. If I get released, the Browns are desperate right now. DTR, I love him, but he's not going to be that guy, and neither is PJ Walker. Jake Browning's not that guy for the Bengals.
When Garoppolo going to step up and be like, "Hey, I would like to join that party too."
Oh, yeah. Aiden
he got
O'Connell.
benched, didn't he?
He got
Right.
benched for
Yeah, he
Aiden
got benched for
O'Connell,
Aiden
fourth-round pick.
What a world we live in the
Right?
NFL.
What a weird world we live in. That's a great sentence right there, Chris.
It's been a great season. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the more fun seasons we've had in a long time. Just because
Yeah, it's
there's
just so
no
wacky.
there's no true like juggernaut, and there's no player doing like miraculous things. Like there's no front runner for MVP right now. There's no real front runner for any of the awards, and it's just making the NFL fun to watch because nobody's going out there and killing every other team, unless you're Philadelphia, and even then their games are competitive. I mean,
Too close.
Mr.
You
Philly
have
guy over
close.
there.
You have shootouts with Washington, like they're a
Twice.
top 5 team in the NFL.
No, it's a fair assessment that this is one of the best seasons because there isn't a clear-cut leader.
There's not.
I mean, that is what should make the NFL fun.
Yeah, I
Finding that
can't wait
leader,
for
finding
January.
that top
Yeah.
gun. I mean, we all assumed it would be like the Bills, the Chiefs. I mean, even though the Chiefs are doing well, they look nothing like.
Yeah, like the previous
Amazing.
Chiefs before.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
their
previous
offense.
seasons.
I mean, when your entire offense revolves around a tight end who's 32 years old. Like, don't get me wrong. Travis
Right,
Kelce's
yeah.
the greatest tight end of all time. I don't think that's a debate anymore. But your entire offense revolving around a tight end is
That's
crazy.
risky.
Yeah, now
That's
you,
risky.
and you have to depend on if Taylor Swift is in the stands.
Oh, my
to see if he-
goodness.
If he does good for the
I
day.
got the Chiefs for
Like-
Monday Night Football. Taylor Swift is in the building. The Chiefs are going to win Monday Night
Yeah.
Football.
I
And
kinda-
only if
I
Taylor
kinda have
Swift
that
is in the
feeling.
building.
Well, that's when only Travis Kelce does good,
Right?
as
yeah.
per ESPN stats.
Right.
Oh, yes,
Because
I mean-
ESPN has to be so invested in this.
ESPN is invested in all the wrong things. They always have been. They always will be.
Yeah. I still love Stephen A. Smith. All I know about hockey is that the puck is black and my best friend's Gary Bettman. Like, what kind of insights are that?
Hey, I mean, at least he's honest. Not gonna
You
lie.
know, that fair point. Think about that. He is honest.
Yeah, at least he's not, putting out lies
Right.
out there.
you know.
True.
At least he's not putting out false halftime reports.
I mean, the last thing I really want to talk about before we go into a break is the Bengals hiding Joe Burrow's injury.
Yeah.
No, it
Probably
was
one of the weird. I mean, it's just weird that they would hide that Burrow's kind of in a cast. It's not even an injury. They didn't really hide the injury. I think maybe he might have done something to just sprain it and they
Yeah.
just put a brace on it. But I mean, I understand from the fact of the team being like, hey, we don't want the Ravens knowing that Burrow is hurt and that they should target that hand. But it's also like, you're putting him in there and you didn't really prep up Browning in case if he has to go in there.
no, you didn't.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And
It was an interesting move, but they do clearly have a lot of confidence in Burrow because the moment that he was ruled out, guess who put a headset on?
Burrow.
The moment he was ruled out, he
Yep.
put a headset right on, and he was out there helping Jake Browning. I mean, good leader, but a weird move by the Bengals, I will say, trying to hide that he was hurt. I couldn't see exactly when the injury happened. I think his hand got landed on after a hit on the quarterback after a pass play.
Right.
I
Well,
think
it
his
was
hand just got
actually-
landed on.
It was originally that his hand kind of got landed on during a tackle, but then on a check down throw, you could just tell he throws it, and then he looks straight at his wrist like it hurts really bad.
Yeah. I mean, he was trying to throw the ball on the sideline, and his fingers wouldn't even close on the ball. Right before halftime was about to be over, they showed him on the big screen
Yeah,
trying
and then
to
he
throw a
just-
football, and he was limp on
Yeah,
it.
couldn't even throw it.
I mean,
limp
and he
arms.
just goes straight to the ground in like pain
Yeah,
from
no,
that. And I'm
invisible
like,
pain.
ooh,
Visible pain,
that's
too.
got hurt.
Yeah.
But it's just weird I mean, I understand the point from the team, but it's also like not putting him on an injury report. You could have just said wrist.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to designate which wrist it is or like arm. You know, you could have just said arm if you really want to, if it's like affecting his whole arm, because the wrist just kind of affect the whole arm.
Yeah.
So you can kind of make it vague. You don't have to say which arm it is. You don't have to say which wrist it is. You don't have to say which hand it is. If it's really like, you could just say hand.
You could just say hand.
Right. So I mean, there's part of me that's like, it's smart to do it, but it's also weird to do it. And then it hurts the rest of the fans. I mean, I don't know if you saw the tweet by Dave Portnoy, the owner of Barstool, but he decided to put $100K on the Bengals winning.
Oh my goodness,
Yikes.
that's a
And-
bold call in the first place. I didn't have the Bengals winning going into the game.
Right,
That's tough.
and he basically says, I'm filing a class action lawsuit against the Bengals and the NFL for lying about the injury report.
Yeah, Frank didn't want to talk about the game on Wednesday either, so.
No,
Well,
because
I
he
was picking the
completely
Ravens.
forgot.
I was picking the Ravens though, but you know, I just don't.
No, I was as Bills fan, Ravens all the way.
Yeah.
They were looking scary, man. The Ravens are looking really, really good. Really, really good.
No, it just now depends. Can they still have that production without Mark Andrews?
Yeah, no, big injury to Mark Andrews. It didn't look that bad when they put it on the big screen, but
No.
that ankle definitely had a good tweak to it.
No.
He's been ruled out for multiple weeks at this point. So.
No, he's ruled out for the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the rest of the season.
And then Lamar having that ankle, can he play through it? Can he not play through it? Will he have to take a couple of weeks off? That's still to be seen. But the Mark Andrews injury kind of leads into my next point in the next segment. So you've been listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM.
Hear that Bengal growling, mean and angry, here he comes a-prowling, lean and hungry, an offensive brute, run fast or boot, and defensively he's rough, tough, Cincinnati Bengal, that's the team we're gonna cheer to victory. Touchdown Bengals, get some points upon that morning, with the game for Cincinnati.
Who's gonna beat the Bengals? Probably everybody left on their schedule. Just because of the breaking news that has just happened. My name's Dan Dale. Welcome back to The Blitz. I'm still joined by Chris Giacobello, Jacob Bachman,
Close enough.
and Frank the Tank Lopez.
Get his name right.
Justin.
I'm sorry, I'm still learning his
Justin.
name.
Justin,
I'm
we're
still-
getting,
Sorry, Justin.
Sorry,
we're getting
Justin.
closer. We're getting closer.
Look,
So it started with a J.
Yeah, that's why I said close enough.
no, quite literally, this fits in. Who day?
Who day? Who is that?
We missed you, Frank.
I'm wet. It's cold outside. Buffalo's dumb.
Oh, dumb. Great.
We are smack dab in the middle of November. This time last year we had probably 2 snowstorms. Why
Yeah.
is there like 30-mile-per-hour winds and just torrential downpour?
Because it's Buffalo?
Because it's Buffalo.
Gotta
Who
love
dey?
Mother Nature.
Who dey?
Who day?
Who is that?
I got the X notification. I was like, good thing I'm coming in right now because Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This sucks. I love Joe Shiesty.
Joey Cool.
Joey
I don't
Cool.
mind it. I never really liked Joe Burrow.
You know, okay, you don't have to like him. Doesn't mean you.
You can't root
No,
for
I don't
somebody's
mind for
demise.
somebody. No, I just saying it. I didn't say I don't mind him getting injured. I'm just saying.
There's one quarterback we could be happy that's injured. Deshaun Watson.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
That's your favorite one
Woo,
to be
woo.
injured.
I saw some terrible memes about Deshaun Watson being hurt. Oh, my goodness. I'm not even going to get into it.
Beautiful. But no, this sucks for the league. Listen. Let's face the facts here. Joe Burrow is a top 3 quarterback. Top 2 on depending where you put him.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Probably one of the front runners for MVP right now, and he will no longer be, as Joe Burrow has been ruled out for the season.
I mean, really, as a Bills fan, I don't mind this.
Now
Because that just eliminates the Bengals from making the playoffs.
the bias is speaking, proudly.
You know
The
what?
bias is speaking.
Can't
yeah.
count him out.
This-
I mean, you never know.
That guy Jake Browning's a
You
dog.
never
Jake
know.
Browning's going to ruin my season.
I mean, look at what Josh Dobbs is doing.
Oh, my goodness.
They're gonna trade for Josh Dobbs.
The
Oh,
Pastrana.
they
can't
can't. They
trade
can't
for
trade.
him
Let
anyway.
let me
Wait,
rephrase.
Chris,
Let me
there's
rephrase.
going to be an underground
They're gonna
like
find a way.
Yeah,
deal.
they're gonna fight. When there's a will, Dan, there's a way.
Underground trade deadline was actually this coming week.
They're gonna
so
be like, you know what? We're
the
gonna
Bengals have a chance.
release you on the hush hush, and then they're gonna pick him up. Don't
say
tell
a
anyone.
word.
Oh, if only Carson Wentz didn't go to the Rams.
Bum.
I can't. Does Carson Wentz now regret taking that deal?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know what
absolutely.
you're doing.
Yeah,
there.
because he could be a starter.
You know, is he going to ask for his release?
He's gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to be on this team no more to back up. I want to play for Cincinnati.
I don't know
And
I don't know
then
what
he's gonna post another picture on Instagram of him wearing now a piece of Rams merchandise
it's
on
gonna
top
be,
of.
It's gonna be cleats with the Rams colors.
Yeah, on top of the Eagles shirt, the Colts pants, and the Washington Commanders. What was he wearing? The helmet for the Washington Commanders in that photo? It
I
was
believe so.
Yeah, I think
ridiculous.
so.
Did you just break the knob?
No, it was off center, and I moved it back to center.
Okay. I saw you.
It was
picked it up and
bothering me.
I saw you pick it up, and I'm like,
I mean, I can do that.
I think you showed me that.
I've showed you in case if it's off center, because it happens. It falls off. It's an old board, but it's a good board.
Let's go. Let's get a new one.
They're, you know,
I
don't pressure Greg. Don't you dare pressure the
I'm not-
god here at
I'm not
WVNY
pressuring
named
God
Greg.
himself, but listen, I just want a camera.
That's an Armando thing. You're going after the wrong people here. You just said I want a new board, and they said all I want is a camera.
That's all I want is a camera.
Frank wants to put his pretty little face on the air.
Yes. That's all I
I
want.
love that.
That's all I need.
That's all you need.
That's
all you
all
want.
he needs.
But that's amazing. Breaking news. To have breaking news. Frank, you know
So
what
you
I
thinking
mean.
of injury news is amazing, Dan?
Oh.
Is that what
Look,
I'm
when
getting
we
at?
get breaking news between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock, it is amazing for this show. Because honestly, too much breaking news happens after
I was
this
gonna
show.
say,
That's
what's like
facts.
the really big one that happened the second we got off the show?
Oh, jeez. Oh, there's too many.
There was a really
There's
big
too
one.
many, Frank.
Was it the Deshaun Watson shoulder?
No.
No.
I think this was early in the season or before the season. Oh God, did it have to do with the Bills?
I think it did. Maybe it was the stadium deal getting done?
No.
No.
Maybe.
Rasul Douglas? No,
that
we
was
weren't
the-
on
that
air
was
for the
trade
trade
deadline.
deadline.
It was. This
Sorry,
was,
we weren't on air for that.
This was early in the season.
Well, didn't
Oh,
Dobbs get traded one day after like?
No.
It wasn't that.
I'm forgetting, but
I'll
I mean,
listen back to the episodes and I'll be like,
right.
I'll remember what happened after.
No, trust me.
It's always
I've
after.
seen
It's
too
always
much
after
breaking
the fact.
news after. I'm like, can you come out?
It's like, can we
maybe
go
5
back on the
minutes
show?
early? Yeah. No, sometimes I'm just like,
If we could just have like,
I
a little,
really
breaking news
have
button.
the back thought in my head, like, should we just go back on air for like 5 seconds?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
let me-
saying.
let me
we
get
have, like, a
5
little
more
breaking
minutes.
news button and be like, just breaking news right now, real quick from the Blitz. So and so just got traded or whatever. I think it'd be.
And now we're gone again. Goodbye.
We're back real quick. Bye.
Ad reel, and then we're off air.
So, what do we got planned for the rest of? Because I've missed 45 minutes.
You have.
You
said-
missed
How
an
was that
amazing.
Uber driver, huh? Was he
Well,
good?
Bro's going 45 on the Humboldt. Bro, every 5 seconds I just hear and I just see water splash by my face and I'm like,
Were
I'm
you
gonna
scared?
die. Yes.
Did you think a land shark was gonna come out of one of those pools? One of those waters?
It's Sharknado.
Sharknado!
Oh no!
What is this show? What have we become? What is it? What have we done?
It's a great show, Frank.
You know,
You missed an amazing first segment.
I mean, you
Frank.
missed
did.
us talking about the Oakland A's.
In
Or
baseball.
now the Las Vegas Rays. Maybe if you showed up on time.
Yeah.
Great. Talk about the sport I love the most and the thing that's
Yeah,
killing me.
you know there's a reason I do that.
It's your fault, Frank.
It
No
is.
satisfaction
It quite
given.
literally is. Because I make the plan the night before.
I took a nap. Okay, leave me alone.
He took a sleep.
I didn't have class, so I took a nap.
You can take a nap anytime.
I have work.
Take a nap at work.
Yeah,
I have.
You work at Target. Yeah, see?
Got your beauty rest in for the day, Frank, did you?
Thank you. I did. I really needed it. Need some good old shut eye. All right.
Catching them Z's.
But there is, since we're so close to the hour,
Oh goodness gracious.
yes, I am finding it right now. Because there's always one thing we like to do on here, Justin.
Oh, what's that? Please enlighten.
If there wasn't an ad, I would very much enlighten you. Because ads are great, and we love those. Right, Frank?
Shut up.
Whoa! What's with this
Wow.
hostility?
Had to be so aggressive,
I'm
huh?
upset.
You were late, Frank.
Yeah.
You have
Thank you, Chris.
You have no right to be hostile.
More breaking news. A fist fight is about to break out in Studio A.
I'm upset.
But there is one thing.
But I'm not a rapper.
But I'm not a rapper. We like to play something called Immaculate Grid.
Oh,
Yes. Our favorite game that makes us look stupid.
it's a great game.
It is an amazing game. I do love the game to death. If you never played Immaculate Grid before, it's a 3x3 grid. 3 teams on the top. Okay, I didn't know, Frank. 3 teams on the top, or a stat, and then 3 teams on the rows, and then could be a stat for one of those. Maybe, maybe not. You never know. But today's Immaculate Grid, on the top is the Cincinnati Bengals. Oof. The Arizona Cardinals. 10+ sack season. And then on the rows, it is the Las Vegas Raiders. Another team that is in Las Vegas. Frank. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Frank's favorite team. And the Baltimore Ravens, who also lost Mark Andrews. Oof.
10+ sack season Buccaneers, Shaquille Barrett.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
If I can spell.
I have caps lock on.
22%.
Frank, come on. Gotta do better than that.
It's got to
You know
be
who
lower
would-
than 5.
You know who would have been the other one?
Ndamukong Suh?
No, he didn't have 10+ sacks with us.
I don't
He
know.
was with us for 2 years.
I don't think
how
it
he
has to
done
be. I don't think it has to be with that team. I think it's just a 10+ sack season and he played with that team.
What, were you gonna say Warren Sapp?
Leave me alone.
He was definitely gonna say one.
I knew it! Oh, jeez.
Raiders 10+ sacks. I think he played a couple seasons there. Justin Tuck.
Oh my god. Justin Tuck. I have not heard that name in a while. That was wrong.
It was wrong, was it?
Oof. All right, I'm not going to put that on mine.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks so much, Chris.
Well,
I'm trying to get
Bengal.
a full grade going here.
Bengal Raider. We got Carson Palmer.
that's the corner. I was thinking McCown.
Are we sure it's Bengal Raider?
Yeah, he was a Raider.
He was also a Cardinal.
He was also a Cardinal.
Yeah, he was also a Cardinal. Carson
Wait,
Palmer.
so what are we putting for?
Carson Palmer.
Was he a Raider?
He was a Raider.
I don't even remember.
He was a
But he's
Raider.
correct, 40%. I think we could do Buccaneers, Arizona, Chase Edmonds.
Oh,
Ooh, good pull. Good
beautiful.
pull.
19.
Trust me, had him in fantasy one year, despise him now.
That's fair. He's
It really be like that.
He made me mad. Let's see.
Buccaneers Bengals. I'm gonna think of a spicy one for that. I'm trying. my
Yeah, I'm
best here.
thinking. We suck up. Does suck up or opinion go to them?
Oh, Frank, I would
Wait.
also like you to know, Justin is a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Indeed. We're repping the good teams of Florida.
Jags.
Jags.
The Jags.
Jags, my son.
Are you from?
I am from
2 Florida boys.
Florida men!
Florida men.
We could have a segment just called Florida men. Oh my god!
Yeah, you got
Put it in the notes.
you got Peninsula and then you got South Flow. Look at us.
Look at us.
It's amazing.
You know,
The Blitz expands.
Panhandle, whatever it's called.
I think I did. Dre Kirkpatrick play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Frank.
Oh, that's
Former-
a good
former-
pull. It is.
Former
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengal corner.
That is
Did
a
he
good
play for the
pull.
Bucks?
He
I'm
did.
trying to remember.
Because I agree
Remember
with you.
harder, Frank.
I think he might
We
have.
need
He
answers.
also might have played for the Ravens. He got around.
I'm trying to just think of that backfield.
You mean that secondary?
Yeah, secondary. Dre Kirkpatrick.
I'm about to go with it.
I
Yeah,
think
do
he
it.
might have.
Wrong. I do have a Cardinal Baltimore. Kenyon Drake.
Ooh, yes, Kenyon Drake.
3%.
Wow. Good pull.
guess no one
Good
won.
pull.
Wow.
I thought that would have been more.
Yeah, I thought that would have been more as well.
Is there a big player that
I-
supposed
I-
to be there?
Would Ray Lewis
Marquise
go
Brown.
for 10
Yeah, that's.
plus
I've been
sex
trying to say Ray
I-
Lewis.
I
That's the
think
only thing I
so.
can think of.
Oh man, there's gotta be a better one than Ray. Everybody's gonna say Ray. There's gotta be a better one than Ray.
Calais Campbell.
Calais
Yeah, that was
Campbell.
my next one.
Hang on, wait. Think of.
Did Ed Reed ever get 10 sacks?
No.
No.
I'm trying to think of 2000s. That line.
Yeah.
That line that went to the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think of who was on it.
Oh no.
God, I felt like that was such
I was
a long
about to
time
say
ago.
Marshall Yonda.
No, that's an offensive line.
Yeah, I know.
Wrong side
I
of the
know.
ball.
Wrong side.
Ngakwe?
Ngakwe, I don't know if he had
I don't think.
10. He might have had 10 with us, but I don't know.
I may just be going straight up Ray Lewis here.
All right, you can take it.
Whoa!
Add. Oh, Calais Campbell did not go.
Well,
I'm going Ray Lewis,
Yeah.
just to play it safe.
That's wrong. Don't do it. It's wrong.
Oh my goodness.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
No way.
That didn't go. It gave me red once I clicked him.
Okay,
Oh no!
hang on.
Oh no!
Hang
Oh
on.
no! Oh no,
Hang
Fred!
on.
Oh no!
Ravens with 10,
Ngakwe's not in either.
Oh no!
Ravens with 10 plus sacks in a season.
I'm doing Ed
Oh,
Reed.
my-
Do Ed Reed.
It's not gonna be Ed Reed. Are you crazy?
He
It's
worked.
not.
No.
Ah,
Oh my god.
I'm doing Calais Campbell.
No,
I
we
know,
already did it.
no,
No,
wait, they
no,
already did that.
Um,
Wow, we are stumped on
hang
this
on,
one.
Wait a minute.
I can't even think of
How
one.
does Ray Lewis not have 10?
That's what I'm
plus sacks?
saying. That makes no sense.
I'm trying to think of who.
Josh
was on that.
McCown for Cardinals Raiders.
Oh,
good pull.
Yeah. That man played for everyone.
That's a fair one. 2%.
I know.
I'm gonna think of a Raven with 10 sacks. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, Bucks Bengals Giovanni Bernard.
Oh,
Ooh.
Gio.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm out of.
Yeah, we are out of guesses over here.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
I'm not.
Hang on.
I got one guess left.
Ravens with 10.
We could do
sacks.
Raiders. Oh, Raiders 10 plus sack season.
We
Buffalo boy.
Yeah.
Khalil
Well, there's
Mack.
only
Had to be
7.
Hang on.
I mean that would fill it out.
Hang on. I'm gonna.
That's insane.
Oh my God! I can't believe we missed him.
A Raven,
I'm going Khalil Mack.
a Raven with 10 sacks.
Yeah, you're gonna see the first name and you're gonna punch yourself.
Who? Hold on.
Terrell Suggs.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yep.
T Sizzle.
I do wonder if C.J. Mosley works for that too.
Oh
For Ravens, he
But
doesn't.
why is?
How you know? Are you
I have
looking
the
at it?
summary.
Okay.
Elvis Doomerville.
Suggs is like the only person I know.
Suggs is like the main guy on this list.
Oh, you can't tell me you don't remember Elvis Doomerville.
Look, you're telling. I remember Doomerville, but I don't remember having him have 17 sacks in a season.
I think he did that with the Broncos. I don't even think he did that with the Ravens.
I'm upset. I can't believe we missed Terrell Suggs.
Big name too. Yeah.
Did we ever come up with a Bengal Raven?
No, I have to look at that.
Was it? I think Adam Pac-Man Jones might have been a Raven.
Really?
I think
I
so.
don't even remember him being a Raven.
TJ. I'm not even gonna pronounce that.
Oh, TJ Hushmanzada.
TJ Hushmazu?
Who's
TJ Hush.
Hayden Hurst. We've all heard of Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, we've all.
Josh Johnson for
Orlando Brown Jr. God dang it.
Wow, that was a recent one too. Damn.
Yeah, that's...
I gotta retire on Immaculate Grid.
No,
Just-
we will never
We
retire.
will never retire.
We will never retire. Andre Smith.
Terrells?
Andre Smith?
Marquise Brown was the.
Oh, that must be the... I
I
don't know.
forgot Marquise Brown. Wait, Josh McCown was. Oh, okay.
Oh my God! Yeah,
He
Hollywood
played
Brown.
for everyone.
Hollywood Brown, yeah. I said Marquise Brown. You guys just
I
didn't hear me.
forgot Fitzmagic played for the Bucks.
How,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's
course.
where Fitzmagic happened.
Yeah, no, that's where the. That's
No,
where the,
Fitzmagic started in Buffalo.
No,
Excuse me?
no.
You know, Frank.
Fitzpatrick started in Buffalo.
Oh,
Fitzmagic started.
happened in Tampa.
in
Well,
Tampa.
Fitzmagic
Sometimes-
had its moments. It became more popular when
Fitz-
it wasn't.
Fitzmagic is Tampa.
Fitzpatrick is Buffalo.
You just
Has
said
he been
Fitzpatrick was
shirtless in your playoff game in negative degree weather?
When
No, I
is there
didn't
ever
think
negative
so.
degree weather in Tampa?
He was
Never.
shirtless in the post game press
My
conference
God,
for every
you've never
Buccaneers
seen a
game
more
ever.
fly white guy from Harvard in your life other than Ryan Fitzmagic after wearing Deshaun Jackson's clothes.
Oh, Dijon.
That was my Super Bowl. Before, obviously, the real Super Bowl.
Oh,
my goodness.
I love that. I love that.
You know,
That was a
Ryan,
fun one.
listen,
That was a fun one.
you guys have the man Ryan Fitzpatrick. We have Fitzmagic.
Did anybody look at the player scores today?
Is it bad?
Yeah.
Everybody got about like 2,000,
Oh, so everyone sucks.
except for 766 people who got 0.
Idiots.
How you get 0?
Idiots.
Did they just press give up too early?
Oh, no, they absolutely just clicked the give up button.
Yep. They just do that to beat the
Average
system.
score is
Finger
5.
finger slip.
Average score
What?
was 5.
Yeah, that's what it's telling me.
That's crazy.
How has he never had 30-plus home runs? Oh, I'm doing Immaculate Grid Baseball, by the way.
Oh, are you
Oh,
doing
yeah, I
that
was
now?
Like, that had me confused for a second. Oh my God.
Doing baseball. Yeah, skip me on soccer.
No, that's just like teams that are just like.
Oh, yeah, Southampton.
Okay. Before this gets out of hand, you guys can all do that during the break.
Who's
Justin's
played for
got to
Salzburg
leave.
and
He's got to go to work.
No, I got 10 minutes. I got 10
You
minutes.
got 10 minutes?
Let's get a combo going.
Who's played for Rangers in Serie A? I'm not getting this.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, great.
And Celtic and QPR? Like, what?
Salzburg. Okay, what's German? I don't know what German went to Salzburg. What's
There's too many names.
Celtic?
Yeah. I don't know a single player from that team. I just know of the team.
There are a lot
Yeah.
of arm raising and confused
World Cup-
expressions
Who's
in the
Celtic?
studio right now.
Who's Celtic?
and scored a
World Cup goal. That's blowing my mind.
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
for the QPR?
This is impossible. This is impossible.
Look, you
Park
can figure
Rangers.
how to make the impossible possible.
Did Mertesacker ever go to?
You can do it during the break.
Yeah.
You can do it during the break. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to make our Week 11 picks. Oh my God, it's already Week 11. Can't believe it. We're almost done with picks for the season. So keep listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM. Welcome back to The Blitz on 91.3 FM. My name's still Dan Dale, Double D. Still joined by Chris Giacobello and Frank the Tank Lopez. Ready to make some picks for the 11th time this season?
Can't believe we're already in week 11.
What?
Yeah, so I'm freaking out right now.
You're freaking out? Why are you freaking out?
Is Aaron Ekblad and Brandon Montour back in the lineup?
Whoop-de-doo, good for you. You have healthy players. Talk to the back of my hand.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're back. The Cats are back, baby.
You're second in the division. Get out of here. Just get out of here. Just go. Leave. Bye-bye. You don't need to be back. You're second. We're
back.
second to last.
We're back.
And we play tonight.
We play tonight against the Ducks.
Oh, good for you. You're getting
That means I have
even.
to stay up till 1:30.
Oof. That's always tough.
When do I gotta stay up till 10:30?
Probably.
I would think for Winnipeg. But nonetheless, we must do our picks. And we're going to start off with, I think, a very underrated matchup, but could be really good. The Cardinals and the Houston Texans. Chris, you go first. Frank.
Cardinals, Texans. Give me the Texans on this one. I just think the Texans are on a roll. I think they found their, I think they found their identity. They're 5-4. CJ Stroud, again, is just playing phenomenal football. Only thrown 2 touchdowns overall in the year compared to 2 interceptions compared to 15 touchdowns this year so far. And he's only a rookie. I know Kyler Murray's back, but he hasn't played for a while. They squeaked by a win last week, Arizona, but I'm sticking with the Texans on this one by a field goal.
H-Town down, but not like down because they're going to win. Because this Cardinals team is nothing without... Oh my God, it's Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that K1's back.
Yeah. That's why I said it's a very underrated matchup.
Okay, that's why I gave you like the shock face.
Yeah,
like,
you gave me like the weird, like, what do you mean,
what
Dan?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is the Cardinals. Now I realize.
Yeah. It's like how you forget about Thursday Night Football every Wednesday.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay.
Nonetheless,
we still
I
love
digress.
you, buddy.
I digress. Go ahead.
The game sucked anyway.
I digress.
Whatever. Give me Houston. Even though Kyler's back, Houston's on an absolute tear right now. Give me H-Town.
I made a last-minute decision. I've decided to go to the Arizona Cardinals. I've decided to take Kyler Murray
Taking Cod Boy.
in the hopes that what the Bills need to make it to the playoffs. So is there bias going into this? Of course there is. It wouldn't be the Blitz without it. But I also believe in Kyler Murray. I believe in him. I can see him pulling out a win. Gannon's not that bad. As you know, Chris, it's just
If we're going to pull out bias over here, Dan, Jonathan Gannon is the worst coach to be in this.
Look, he was dapping up Kyler Murray before the season started. I don't know. They may have some magic there. Who knows? Who knows? But I think they can pull an upset. I think they can do it. I think even though Houston has had a great run, at some point, and this happens every time, rookie QBs hit a wall.
And you think it's Arizona?
I think it's going to be against Arizona.
I can't see it. I just can't see it.
You can't see it, but I can.
I can't. Jonathan Gannon's going to let CJ Stroud throw for over 500 yards.
Kyler Murray's
Heard it here
going to
first.
have 600 yards all-purpose.
All rushing.
All rushing.
Fair.
Kyler
Fair.
Murray's going to be too tired out from playing COD, man. I'm telling you.
Is it double XP weekend?
I don't know. It could be for him.
I don't know. I didn't buy the game as it looks trash, so...
Well, that doesn't help. Moving on. I was waiting for the music. I got worried that there was going to be an ad there.
Another ad.
I was waiting for it. You know, it's done it on Jeopardy twice now, which is odd.
Very odd.
Very odd. YouTube knows something, and I don't like it. But moving on, we're going to go to the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, man. Well, if we're going to stand behind the Dolphins, still not beating a winning team in over
This
how many
team's not
days?
winning.
Okay.
Raiders not winning. Raiders are 500.
But, I mean...
They're not winning.
Okay. You know what? I'm sticking to my guts here. The Raiders are going to pull off an upset win and help the Buffalo Bills here. Your team, Dan. The Raiders are going to help your team. And they're going to knock off the Dolphins here. I see it. It's going to happen. Someone else make their pick, please.
I'm hopping on the train. I like this Raiders team.
Devontae Adams.
I really like this.
Is going to
Raiders
have a
team.
day.
Their vibes are immaculate. Everything about them is just clicking. Obviously, Josh McDaniels is the worst coach ever we've ever seen.
Other than Urban
Todd
Meyer.
Bowles. Oh,
Other than Chip Kelly.
His face when I said Urban Meyer.
I'm
Name that shall not be said.
going Raiders.
This puts my pick into perspective here.
Squish the fish, baby. We gonna make some sushi with those dolphins.
Little California rolls.
And after we're done eating sushi, we can sweep up the place with the brooms. Let's go. We got a nice sweep going. I was going to take the Dolphins, but fine. I was actually going to take the Dolphins just because they were coming off bye. Yes, that was my main reason. But you have convinced me both to pick the Raiders. So screw it. I'll die with the ship. I'll go down with it. And if they prove me wrong, that's amazing.
It's going to be a good game.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
The Raiders. Let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. The hot-seated Carolina Panthers. Because Frank Wrightsey is getting a little spicy.
Yeah, he's taking back those offensive play calls.
Yeah, give them up, take them back. I don't know.
That seems
it's like a hot potato.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems like something you do as a kid. Oh, no, I don't want to play with this thing. Actually, you know what? Give me that back, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I think Dallas is going to win. I just see no faith in the Panthers pulling out a win here. It's in Charlotte. That doesn't matter.
That changes something?
That doesn't matter.
That changed something?
That doesn't matter. I just think the Cowboys are going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, your team has your division locked, so I'm just going to pick the Cowboys just for it's the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, trust me. I don't like the Panthers so much the rest of the way. I was able to trade away Chubba Hubbard for Nico Collins.
Fleece.
That fair trade. Very fair. Yeah. But I'm going to take the Cowboys as well. I think the Cowboys are going to they're just going to demolish.
They're going to
this team.
steamroll.
I mean,
I just see it.
Look, I don't know any other words for demolishment except demolition. And that's what's going to happen on Sunday. They're going to bring hard hats and just break down the
You
stadium.
got demolish, knock down, pull down, tear.
Did you look up synonyms for demolish?
Oh my God! Did you pull a me?
That's everything that's gonna happen.
Did you pull a me?
I did.
Eviscerate.
They're
Look
gonna
up the
topple
thesaurus,
them. They're gonna
I like eviscerate.
reduce to ruins.
That's sick.
Yeah. I like that. Moving on. Let's do the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers.
It's gonna be a doozy here. Are the Chargers gonna charge themselves, or is Jordan Love actually gonna do something and the Packers find a win for once? I mean, granted they have 3 wins, but I'm gonna take Justin Herbert here. I think he's the better quarterback. Hopefully the Chargers don't charge themselves and make them eat my words. But, yeah, we're going to just take the Chargers. Herbert's going to have a day. And they're going to take it in Green Bay.
Listen. As long as Brandon Staley is your head coach, you have a 50-50 shot of winning and or losing. I'm going to give it to the Chargers. But for some reason, this is coming down to a field goal. Because this should be an absolute mollywhopping from, the Chargers give on the Packers. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's not going to be. Because it's the Chargers. And for those reasons, I'm taking the Chargers. But it's going to be a really close game.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Chargers are going to win this game. I just think they have to win this game if they want any chance of trying to make a playoff push and Staley wanting to keep his job. Even if I think if Bill Belichick gets fired, he's gone in a second. But yeah, I think the Chargers should win this game. I can see the Packers pulling off an upset. Packers always have a good chance to pull off an upset. I just don't think it's here. Moving on. Let's go. Scouring the league. To the Bears versus the dogs of the NFC North, the Detroit Lions, who also like kneecaps for dinner.
Gonna bite those kneecaps off those bears. Do bears have kneecaps?
They have,
Gonna have to look that up.
they have a snout.
Well,
It's okay, Chris. I'll help.
that just made me. I just lost my train of
I
thought.
think they have ankles.
But yeah, I think this is gonna be an easy choice for me here. I think the Lions are gonna take it.
They have kneecaps.
They do.
They do.
So the
The
Lions
Bears have kneecaps.
are gonna rip off the Bears' kneecaps here in Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. I think Jared Goff. This is his team. He's been balling out. He's been proving critics wrong. I just think he's gonna have a day. I don't see anything from the Bears. They're 3-7. Their defense is just abysmal. The Lions, I think, are gonna win this game with ease.
Jared Goff is a dog. Jameer Gibbs is a dog. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a dog. And when you got that much dog in you, and you see the chow in front of you and the Chicago Bears, they're weak, they're limping, they're hurting. And you know what you do? When you see hurt prey, you attack. You end it. And that's what the Lions are going to do to the Chicago Bears season with a destroying of the Chicago Bears souls. They're going to want to move to Arlington, or not Arlington. What Chicago town do they want to move somewhere, not Chicago.
Away from Chicago.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know
think
where
it starts
it is,
with
though.
an A. No, that's
Allentown?
us. That's us. No, Lions are going to destroy the Chicago Bears. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. MCDC is one of the greatest coaches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I agree. The Detroit Lions should win this game pretty easily. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that the Detroit Lions should be demolishing the Bears, because the Bears just have no chance. I don't care if you have Justin Fields or not, because it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I don't think it will ever matter if you have Justin Fields as your quarterback. Honestly, put in Caleb Williams right now.
You think that would be better
Yeah!
than a Justin Fields option?
Dude, I rather Caleb Williams just speed up the draft process, get to Chicago faster. But yeah, I'll take the Lions to beat them.
I don't see a kneecap in this bear. This is what I've been trying to figure out for the past few minutes. I don't see a kneecap.
Man had to search up a bear photo and say, are there kneecaps?
'Cause I can't remember if their legs bend like that, but there's no bend. I'm looking up a skeleton.
Look, how you think they, when they get up on their hinds, right?
Gravity.
How you think they're able to flex their paws in the air?
They're bear muscles. Next game.
Are they bear muscles?
Bear muscles. Okay. I've been corrected. Bear muscles.
Says
everybody.
bears, like all mammals, have legs.
You learned something new today. The
Which
bears,
in turn
the
have
bears
any
have
joint.
bears muscles. Great. Moving on. Put that in the quote book, Dan. Future me. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the creepless Cleveland Browns.
I'm gonna have to take the Steelers on this one. I know it sounds like a bit of a shocker, given I know the Browns have a good defense, Jim Schwartz-led defense. I think the Steelers are gonna shock the world. It's gonna be a battle of the AFC North right here. But I'm still gonna pick the Steelers to come out on top. No Deshaun Watson. It's gonna be a problem for Cleveland, and you're gonna see Cleveland lose and drop this one.
Oh, it's me.
Your turn, Frank.
Frank, there's only 3 people.
Who are the Browns playing?
The Steelers.
The Steelers.
Ugh.
Good defense against good defense.
Good
Could be
D versus
no
good D.
offense.
It's It's going to be 15-12 game, all field goals.
It's only going to be rushing yards by the Steelers.
I could finally pick the Browns.
You could. There is no more Deshaun
Is
Watson.
that disgusting? Creepy?
Because
That's
trust
like-
me, you almost picked them once.
Yeah,
And then you
switched.
switched your choice because
Yeah.
you
I thought he
found
was out
out.
still.
Because then you went, ooh,
Can't do it.
can't do it.
I don't think that's an overreaction for me at all. I think that's a valid response from me.
No, I was just doing an impression of you.
Sounded like mockery. A parody.
Well, yeah, that's what an impression
Tomfoolery
is.
from you.
That's yeah. I'm glad you know what an impression is.
Najee Harris, 4 touchdowns. 200 yards rush.
The backup running back?
He's my RB2, so I kind of need him to have a big day. All right. Kenny Pickett, 3 interceptions. 60,
Oh, jeez.
let's go funny number, 68 yards. But he
What's
That's a
funny
very-
about that?
busy sacked 4 times. 5 times.
6 times?
6 times. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, no. The Cleveland Browns win the game.
Frank, I would like to know what. No, actually, saying that, no, I don't.
You want to know what happens in my head?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, that's why I said no, I don't.
The demons trapped in here don't want to be.
Oh,
The
gosh.
demon. What is there, a Saints fan in there? Ooh! He's looking at me like he's serious. I'll take. I'm going to take the Steelers. I'm going to take a shocker because the Steelers know how to run down a clock, know how to waste everybody's time, know how to win a game. When the Browns are iffy, they're okay with it, but
Because Deshaun Watson's on the field.
I mean, RG3 is campaigning to play for the Browns. I think you pretty much know your season's over once RG3 is campaigning. So, yeah, I'll take the Steelers. Next game, let's go. I would say toilet bowl of the week. Flush that toilet down. The New York Giants and the Washington Commanders.
Well, this is...
Toilet bowl of the week.
I think I'm going to just give it straight up. Washington's winning this game. I just see no way for this Giants team to honestly just win at all anymore. I mean, just how they've been playing. I just think the Washington Commanders and Sam Howell are going to have a day, and they're just going to demolish this Giants team. Frank?
To call the Commanders part of a toilet bowl game is disrespectful. We're just going to start that off. They are a good team. It just so happens.
They only have 4 wins.
It just so happens that they are in the division with the Eagles and Cowboys.
They only have 4 wins.
And the Bills have 5. I would. So many good teams have 4 or 5 wins. With that being said,
Like your Bucks?
exactly. This is the point I'm making. You're adding to it. This is the fire. This is you. Adding more.
I wish everybody could see the hand signals he just did.
Pouring gas in that fire.
The New York Giants are a waste of an organization.
They won 2 Super Bowls.
They've won 4.
Well, I mean, 2
Yeah.
Super Bowls against Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
That was Eli
Manning.
Manning.
Eli Manning won 2 Super
Yeah.
Bowls.
Yeah, okay, fair.
One of your best players is a daytime television host in Michael Strahan. You have nothing.
Yeah.
OBJ's best play was his only play that anyone ever remembers. He got bodied by Josh Norman. This team is a waste. What? Thank
Keep
you.
going.
Sam Howell is going to be a future MVP. Scary Terry is going to win Offensive Player of the Year one day. Brian Robinson is popping off. And, you lose Montez Sweat, you lose Chase Young. You're fine. Because as long as your offense puts up the numbers that they've been putting up, and Sam Howell continues to lead the league in passing yards, and I think that's it. Whatever. But he's basically top 10 in everything else. Their offense is fine. And with that, the Commanders are beating the Giants handedly. Handedly.
Yeah, it's not going to look good for the Giants.
No.
Give me Danny DeVito, baby.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Danny DeVito. Yes. I don't even care if that's his name or not. I am just calling him Danny DeVito for the rest of the time.
You're going to go with someone who still needs their mom to make his bed? Is that what's going on?
You know
here?
what? I live at home. That's fair.
Mommy, the Cowboys beat me. I'm hungry.
Is my bed ready? I need to get tucked in after this loss.
Read me a bedtime story, please. What do you think was going to happen? What did he think?
Look, I think Tommy DeVito does nothing. But Saquon Barkley probably has like 300 yards on today.
Did we see the video? Have you guys seen the video? I think it was the game recently where like the Giants offensive lineman was like looking the complete opposite direction
No.
of like, yeah. It was like, so Saquon Barkley was going to run and like this offensive lineman was just like looking at Saquon trying to block it. And I'm like, dude, do you not know that he's on your team? Like,
You have balls. Stop.
he's
Stop in the
looking
name of law.
He's looking the other way. All the rest of the offensive linemen are looking, and he's just like, I think I have to block Saquon.
Stop in the name of the law.
You have ball.
You have violated the law.
After seeing that, I just don't see this Giants team winning another game. I really don't.
Look, you just gotta have
I
faith
have to look up
in
that
Saquon.
video now.
That's all you have to do. You just have to have faith in Saquon. I have faith in Saquon for other reasons. But I really think that they can pull off an upset. And if they win, I could see that Ron Rivera gets fired. And you know what? This is what I have to say to the Washington Commanders. Nope, it's an ad. It's an ad. I can never play things just right off the bat. Can I?
Stop! You violated the law.
They have. They have violated the law. It's time for payback by Danny DeVito.
I can't believe you're saying Ron Rivera's going to get sacked.
Yeah. And then he becomes the defensive coordinator for Sean McDermott next season.
I mean,
It could happen. Could happen.
there are endless possibilities
Could
in
happen.
this league.
Very true. Moving on. Let's go to the best backup quarterback in the league, Josh Dobbs, against the Denver Broncos.
I think, honestly, personally, this is going to be an interesting game. In Denver, you got Josh Dobbs, who's just this season came out of nowhere, just making a name for himself in this league. I am going to pick the Vikings on this one, only because Josh Dobbs has just been showing out. You can't count him out, I feel like. The Broncos, personally, I felt like got away with one last week with those flags at the end. But I'm going to stick to my gut here, go with the Vikings. Josh Dobbs, they're going to come away with I'm going to say a 10-point win Sunday night.
Sorry, there's a really funny photo of the 2020 Jacksonville Jaguars locker room. It's Minshew, Dobbs, and Foles.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw that.
I like this game. I hope Josh Dobbs continues to ball out, but I'm gonna give the edge slightly to the Denver Broncos. You know, you come off a big win against the Chiefs, then you go into Buffalo, beat the Bills. I mean, I like the Vikings, but is Justin Jefferson back?
No,
I don't
he's not
think so.
off IR yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the edge slightly to the Broncos this week, just because Justin Jefferson's still not there. Even though Dobbs did it without him in his first two games, I'm gonna give it to Denver.
I'm giving it to Minnesota. Minnesota, I just think overall, I know the Broncos have momentum. I just think the Vikings have more momentum. I mean, what's better than not even being there for 5 days and winning a game? So I just think that will carry them more than the Broncos being the Chiefs and the Bills. Moving on. Let's go to the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Justin texted me saying that he wants to make it known that the Jags are going to dismantle the Titans Sunday afternoon. So, Justin, that's his only pick, but
Fair.
It's fair.
Chris, how do you
Yeah.
respond to
Chris,
that?
how you feeling?
I mean, I wouldn't say dismantle. I think it's going to be a close game. Obviously, divisional game, or they tend to be close, most likely than not. I just think Trevor Lawrence has the edge here. The Titans just haven't really shown me much this season. They're 3-6. Their quarterback, I feel like, have switched throughout every other game. So I'm gonna agree with Justin on here with the Jags winning it, but not dismantling Tennessee.
Huh. Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Levis, or Tannehill. Do we know which one?
You never know.
Will Levis.
Okay. Jacksonville's got to get back. You can't lose. You can't put up. Oh.
Keep going.
You can't put up 3 points and then be okay. You got to come back out. That Jags team is pissed off, and they're coming back out. Travis Etienne's going to have a big day. Calvin Ridley's going to get 10 targets, 4 touchdowns. Massive day, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be an incredible arm. I'm going Jags.
Got Dan standing up. Oh boy.
Oh, even though I don't feel 100%, and I've been going through this whole day, I don't care anymore, because there must be one thing that must be known in the history of this world, and that is that the King is going to run all over you, Jacksonville! You remember that 99-yard touchdown? Oh, I do. You remember who did it? You remember who did it? Oh, it was Derrick Henry. Against who? Against who? Against who? It was your lousy bum team. I remember that. I remember you being dismantled by them. I remember you running all over them. I remember the King winning in Jacksonville, and they are going to demolish a team that is stupid, idiotic, horrible bums who deserve to be second to last in the AFC South. The Tennessee Titans with the King win this game, not by 3, not by 7, not by 10, not by 13, not by 17, not by 20, not by 27, not by 30, but by 37! Oh, yeah, baby! And by the end of it, you Jacksonville Jaguars will learn to bow down to the King!
And there you have it. We love the passion, Dan.
I'm gonna be tired for work. Sorry, guy. Can I take a quick power nap here? We can do it on a game that doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah,
God.
game that doesn't matter. How many games are left that don't matter? Oh, I know one. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. Frank, wake me up when you're done.
Well, for this game, being in California, Frank's giving me the stare here. I think he's... Are you wondering who I'm going to pick right now, Frank? Because I'm going to be honest, if I have to pick one here, and I'm going to realistically pick here the San Francisco 49ers. Don't get me wrong, I have no hate for the Bucks. I do not, I promise you. Just realistically speaking here, just Deebo Samuel, when Brock Purdy has Deebo, they got Christian McCaffrey playing good. I don't see Tampa stopping that offense. So I'm gonna just stick with San Fran. But give us your pick, Frank.
Sorry, I just had to get up and get comfy.
Overlooked, underrated, but that makes us undeniable.
Also makes it annoying.
Annoying?
I'm just trying to take a nap over here, man.
That's annoying? You want to know what's annoying?
What's annoying?
After this week, my team will be in a playoff spot. Your team is deciding whether to fire Sean McDermott or not. Do you understand? We have a shot.
You also have a losing record.
And we're one game out of the playoffs. The NFC's great.
Because the NFC South sucks, yeah.
Gotta love being in the NFC.
Yeah. Must be fun for you guys.
Everyone looked at us before the season and was like, that team's going to suck.
I don't think they suck.
Maybe some games we haven't looked our best, but we haven't been out of it.
Partially right. I'm agreeing with your statement.
Oh.
I said partially right in the sense that, yes, they have looked good and they have looked bad.
Yeah.
Gave me the evil stare, Chris.
It's
giving everyone the evil
It's
stare.
not like we're being demolished every game.
Yeah, no, your guys aren't like losing by 70-20.
Had to get a helmet
just
catch
one
to make
game.
it close.
You know what? We've seen San Fran be defeated 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Can Todd Bowles do it?
Todd Bowles, Baker Mayfield, and
That
Mike
should
Evans.
answer your question.
San Fran's one weakness is over the top. You know who's gonna look around that and who's going to expose that?
Who?
Is Baker freaking Mayfield and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Kate Otten. If Todd Bowles runs the ball with Rachaad White more than 12 times this game, I'm going to scream. But I'm not. Because Todd Bowles is going to do something right. He understands what he needs to do. He's going to game plan correctly because he knows how much of a big game this is for us and for the rest of the season. So God, please, whatever entity you believe in, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will beat the San Francisco 49ers 27-24.
Wow, I didn't think he was going to do what he usually does.
Boom!
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Boom! 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 Boom!
I was waiting
There are
for
those
it.
cannons.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, dang, somebody's loading the cannons a little too long. Man. Frank, can I go now? Is it my turn? The bird does not help me here, Frank. Just because you have a little parrot on your shoulder does not mean that I need a bird at me.
Arg.
I agree with Chris. I gotta agree with Chris. I mean, how can I not?
I don't hate the pick, you guys.
I
It's just a little
know,
hurt.
but sometimes you seem hurt when we pick the other team that's facing the Bucs.
I mean, hopefully Todd Bowles can prove me wrong, but we'll see.
I mean, Frank,
We'll
I
see.
remember picking the other. I forget which team it was, and I picked them over the Bucs, and you said, "Don't talk to me for a week."
That's
So,
fair.
like,
Oh, well.
I did say that.
yeah. So, I'm just being careful here. I mean, even though I fell asleep.
How many
Excellent.
times have I picked the Bills?
Quite-
We're what,
I
week
think
11?
Quite a few.
I would say probably 9 or
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
I've been fair.
Yeah.
I've been nice.
Yeah. It's okay. We're not at that game yet.
I like to say I picked the Bucks a couple times.
I've picked them a couple of times.
He's more than you.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. I'm just a realist.
We're delusional.
I've been pretty right on those, though, so I don't know how delusional I can be. Look, Frank, when you pull up the record from all the picks this season, you can tell me how delusional I am.
Yeah, I stopped after week 6. I got to get back onto it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Moving on, let's do probably the least important game out of all three of us, the Seahawks and the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to just flat out pick the Rams on this. Or not the Rams. Wow.
I was about to say no way.
I can't believe. No, because I was looking at the Seahawks, and I was thinking Seahawks, and then I looked at Rams, and then that's what came out. Oh, gosh. No, I'm picking the Seahawks on this one. Even though it's in L.A., I think the Seahawks are going to go in there, have a good game. Geno Smith is going to go off. DK Metcalf is going to have a game. And the Seahawks are going to take this easy.
Seahawks all the way. Even if it's in LA, that means it's just probably like a 4 or 5 hour drive. Actually,
No, that's a bit
it's
of a
definitely
drive.
like what, probably 10, 12 hours? I don't know the
I
West
couldn't
Coast.
really tell you. Yeah, I've never been on the West Coast.
So yeah, it's
Who
I'm-
cares?
I'm taking the Seahawks.
I'm taking the Rams. I'm going to take the upset here. I just think Stafford coming back. You still have Kupp. You still have Puka Nakua. Or as I like to call him, the nuke. Because he is the secret weapon you release.
That's DeAndre Hopkins.
Nah, I like Nakua as the nuke better. Nakua the
Yeah,
nuke
the last name, yeah, just
works better.
it goes.
Yeah, I just think the Seahawks can have bad games. This could be one of their bad games. Why not take the Rams? Take them as a little fun treat. Chris, let's move to your team. The Monday Night Football game, I think the biggest Monday Night Football game of the year. The Eagles and the Chiefs rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. I'm gonna be honest. This game's in Kansas City. Granted, I personally think Kansas City has not looked like themselves lately. Both these teams both had a bye at the same week, so there's not really much advantage, I don't think, personally, except that if I heard reports that Taylor Swift is going to be there, so probably Travis Kelce is going to have himself a day. Knowing Travis Kelce, God, this is a tough one, honestly. I love my Eagles. I want them to win this game, but you're gonna be shocked when I say this, but I think the Chiefs are actually gonna squeak by here on Monday night and win this game.
What interdimensional portal?
What?
Is
I'm
the
just so-
multiverse real?
I'm just a realist here, guys. Andy Reid has yet to have lose to Philly, and I don't know. That defense has me a lot worried.
Frank, go ahead.
I was gonna go Eagles. Taylor Swift may be in the building. Blondie, I love you. I am a Swiftie. I will publicly admit that. Reputation's my favorite album of all time. But I think when it comes down to the line, I think Philly's able to squeak it out more than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs have to get out to a big enough lead to where their defense can stop them. But I think when it comes to these close games, Eagles continuously pull out the win. I think
Miraculously somehow.
So I think that doesn't stop with the Chiefs. And plus, I think the Eagles want this win. They want to rectify that wrong from last year.
But if you look at it, it's just, I mean, yeah, it's a game that matters to get you in the playoffs. But
yeah, they're in the playoffs.
yeah,
But I think this is just it's a heart win. Like it's like what if they are able to beat the Chiefs, it's something that they can now have in the back of their heads and be like, we did it. Like we know we can do it, and if it somehow happens again, we know that we are capable of it. So I think for them, this is just a big like mind victory. And I'm going to go with the Eagles.
your thoughts, Dan?
can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, I know. And I turned off Chris's mic. Go ahead.
I thought it was about to be.
Yeah, you don't get to do the chant if you pick the Chiefs,
Wait,
buddy.
yeah, that's not. Hey,
I can still do it.
No.
I can still do it.
Boo.
how do you pick
That's
not your
crazy.
team?
I know, and then try to do the theme song. Come on.
I'm showing
I'm disappointed.
Bad.
Unbiased.
Bad.
Unbiased here.
Boo. No, there should be complete bias with these picks.
You think we're accredited? This source.
Look, we're
You
a
think we have a
great
legitimate-
radio show. We're an accredited radio show. But do you really think bias does not matter?
I just picked the Buccaneers over the 49ers.
Yeah,
You
nothing
think-
goes right
you think
here.
I mean,
anything really.
Last game
I don't know. I don't feel confident.
Last game of the week, of course, on Sunday at 1 o'clock, or at 4 o'clock, actually. Weird timing for Bills and Jets. But the Bills and Jets!
You guys lost to the Jets week 1.
Yep.
I'm hoping that'll change this week. You guys have a new offensive coordinator, Josh Allen. I'm gonna go on a little rant about Josh Allen because Josh Allen says a lot of things, but does not back it up. Because this offseason he said, I quote you. I even put this on my Twitter X.
What,
whatever
that
you
he's
wanna say.
focused?
Laser focus, yes. And he is leading the league in interceptions. How is that laser focused? But
I mean, he's done it before.
I get that. But when you're leading the league and you're not putting
Hey, Dan
up the
Orlovsky
points,
only says 3 of those are his. I trust Dan Orlovsky at this point. which may be bad.
Isn't that the guy who ran out of bounds?
Yeah.
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 So you trust that guy? Dan?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, though, I'm gonna pick the Bills here in the close one by 3. It's gonna be pretty low scoring, I think. Granted, you guys just got a new offensive coordinator. I don't think that matters, but it's gonna be like 18 to 16, 15. Weird score, but close game, low scoring. Frank, you want to give your thoughts on it?
This game has so much implications because you need this win. Because,
Right.
division wins.
Yeah.
And if this is a loss,
We're not making the playoffs.
you're not.
Most likely.
And I mean, there's only so many things I can say, but I think I found the right things to say.
Oh. Please elaborate.
Nope, that's
That I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was either.
Uh-oh. Frank doesn't know what's happening with his phone. You okay there,
Oh
buddy?
no!
I was gonna do the JETS Jet chants, but there's no actual thing of it on YouTube.
You're kidding. I'm going
There's
searching
not.
now.
It's just Fireman Ed. It's just Fireman Ed.
It's okay.
clips.
Keep going. I'll play it if I find it.
This is big. This is a big, massive game for the Bills, in just terms of their implications. I want to see them pull it out. I'm here now. Been here for 3.5 years. I want to see this team succeed. You hear about it so much coming into the season, Super Bowl favorites. All of a sudden, we're sitting at 5-5, out of a playoff spot, the 11th seed right now. 11th? Yeah, the 11th ranked team in the AFC.
Yeah, I think so.
This is not where we need to be. Where they need to be. So, what is? Did you find one? Yeah, I think that's the one I was trying to play, but it sounds awful. I'm gonna go Bills, but it's not gonna be a good game. I don't think it's gonna be a pretty game. It's gonna be by a margin of a win.
No,
Barely.
I can kind of agree with that. I mean, of course, I'm saying that as a Bills fan, so I mean, but there is one thing, because yes, our playoff chances, they're back, baby. And it's going to start off with the Buffalo Bills beating the New York frickin' Jets. Or should I rename them to what they should be known as? The New Jersey, I want to escape taxes, Jets!
Should we call the Buffalo Bills Orchard Park?
Hey, we don't talk
Orchard
about
Park
it.
Bills.
But our chances are back, baby! They're back! I don't care what you say.
The game hasn't happened yet.
We're back! I don't care! I'm celebrating early!
Well, this is going to be a fun time on Monday, however this goes.
Because you know what Sean McDermott said today on the offense? You know what he said? They are having fun! Yeah! Fun! Let's have fun, guys!
We love fun.
Fun! Just give me the Bills.
Fire Sean McDermott.
But they're having fun! Okay, I'm done with that for today. Chris, shout out to socials.
You can follow me at X or Twitter, whatever you still like to call it, at CJacobello17.
Find me on X at Frank561 Lopez or on Instagram at FrankLopez_561. Fire Todd Bowles. And go Cats!
You're lucky you got that in there. You can follow me on X at _D, capital WNY. You can follow the Blitz on Instagram at _Blitz on 91.3 FM. Please don't type out underscore. You'll never find us. Please don't do it. There's too many. You can't do it. And then you can also listen to us on YouTube. On the 91.3 FM YouTube channel. So you can just find them at 91.3 FM WBNY. We post funny memes. We're a fun group of guys. Right? Yeah. Their mics are off. So I'm asking them to respond to a question when their mics are off. Great show, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Probably the only show next week because that's Thanksgiving week. So we'll see you next Monday. Have a great day.